Alright, so in this video we'll be covering Oathbringer, obviously the third book in the Stormlight archive. So I would just like to mention, first of all, that I forgot to do this in my Words of Radiance review, but because this technically happens at the very end of Words of Radiance, which is where Adolin just spoilers. Adolin just stabs Sadeas just straight through the eye. He's just, they just get in the scrap and Adolin's just like, "You're gone, bro," and just stabs him through the eye, and it's a fucking fantastic scene, and he had it coming. It is just very satisfying. So yeah, technically in Words of Radiance, but, I'm just going to talk about it here because it's very cool. So moving on to the actual Oathbringer. This book, in my opinion, is better than Words of Radiance. Still not as good as Way of Kings, but like I said, nothing is. So, that's not exactly like a great indictment. So it's a very good book, the TLDR, Too Long Didn't Watch. This is good shit. Read it. But yeah, so to get into some more specifics, Dalinar is just the star of this book. So, Dalinar is, your flashback character. He gets the flashback chapters, which are fantastic. They might be some of the best chapters I've ever read, of anyone, of any book ever. These are just superbly constructed, chapters, both because each of them is like an internal story in of itself, almost, but then of course they function as part of Dalinar's just beautiful arc. So, this is good shit. This is real good shit. And then so we have Dalinar just shining throughout this book. We see some of his character progression. We see some of his memories come back and how he deals with that. And we see him just trying to because the whole meme with Dalinar is he's all he's just like a general. He just goes around killing people. That's like his normal thing. Everybody knows him for that as well, which is a big problem because that's his reputation. So so his whole book is a big part. Well, not the whole book, but a big part of his book is about him sort of learning to deal with that and learning to deal with people without just being yeeting out a sword and stabbing him, or being stabbed, as happened once in this book, where he's trying to recruit a dude to his cause, so he just lets the dude stab him straight through the chest. Which that's a bit of a Chad move. No one's gonna argue with that. Are there easier ways to do diplomacy? Yeah, probably, but that's not the way it'd be with Dalinar. So yeah, no, this is a good book. It's a little bit hard for me to review this book because it's sort of it all kind of blends into one, which is a good thing. It might sound like I'm criticizing it, but I'm not at all, because this book is so put together that I can't even give you individual chapters or anything, because it all sort of blends into this beautiful overall story. But just some elements I guess I'd like to pick out, like I said with Dalinar stuff. Odium makes a very interesting villain, and seeing his power and stuff. It's very cool. It's very well written as well. So that's very nice. Seeing Moash, how he is with the Parshman and stuff, and that's very interesting, just sort of getting into, the other side. And that's what Brandon Sanderson's quite good at. He often shows you the other side of a coin, in another story you might never get their perspective because they're the villains and who gives a shit, right? You never see the orcs' perspective in, Lord of the Rings. That's not necessarily criticism of Lord of the Rings, because that's just not the type of story it is, but it's still interesting to get something a bit different with Brandon Sanderson, where you sort of get the other side's perspective, even if you don't necessarily agree with them. Another real cool standout in this book is just Wit. Wit, or Hoyd, wherever he shows up in the Cosmere, it's great stuff, and I love it. And he's just on point in this. He's on point in this book. He shows up a couple of times, or more than a couple of times, quite a few times, and every time he shows up, he's got interesting stuff to say in general, weird Hoydiness to do. And the way also the book ends with him bonding a Spren is also just very cool. The whole Kholinar rescue mission thing really functions really well, I think, even as an individual story, within the story. So I really like that. I liked the slight subversion of expectations where Elhokar is doing his I will become a Knight Radiant, and he just gets stabbed and yeeted. I thought that was quite interesting. Like I said, sort of a subversion of where you think it's going. Because I was kind of getting, the first time because I read this, listened to this before, but the first time I listened to it, I was getting a bit annoyed, because I'm like, oh my god, are we really doing this, redemption arc thing, where he's the king, so he gets to, and he's all powerful, but he's sorry about it, all the times he's messed up, and now he'll become a better person, but, no one else gets the opportunity, because not everyone's a king, but anyway. So I was getting a bit annoyed with that, and I was like, Brandon, are we really doing this, And then he just gets yeeted by a knife, and I'm like, okay, thank you, And that's not to say that redemption arcs are bad and I hate them, it's just that I think the, powerful person, who's only able to really do this because they're in power, gets redemption arc and becomes, all cool and stuff. I think it's been overdone, and I was not looking forward to it in this book, so I was glad to see that not happen. What else? I enjoyed just the setting of it, the Uruferu, or however it's pronounced, just the big tower. I thought that was a cool setting. I thought it was I spent a lot of just when I was listening to a book just trying to visualize this like massive city tower thing. I thought that was just a really cool idea. And I thought it made for some interesting, places for stuff to happen. Where they like chase one of the unmade deep into the depths of his tower. So I just thought that was an interesting idea. So I liked that. I like some of the politics stuff. I don't think that Brandon Sanderson is as adept at politics as perhaps some like George R. R. Martin or perhaps some other authors. So I feel like his politics, when he writes it, it can feel a little bit simplistic. Like there's Sadius, who is bad, and and then there's like Eladar, who just becomes good, and now he's like all good, and so there's stuff like that which I so it how to describe it? It almost feels like when someone comes to your side, and the Brandon Sanderson politics verse, they're just 100% on your side, and you never have to worry about them again. And I felt that was a little bit better in this book. It was a little bit less simplistic, but also, I mean, simplistic politics can be fine. I mean, sometimes in real life, simplistic politics is fine. Like the Taliban is bad. I mean, so sometimes it is actually like that in real life, and so there's nothing necessarily wrong with it. But I did enjoy it in this book. I enjoyed seeing some of the politics of Greater Roshar. How the other heads of state were dealing with stuff. And I got to say that I'm very, very excited for the next book, which I'm not sure what it's called. I know the name's been released, but I can't remember it. But yeah, I'm excited for that. So yeah, pick up this book, pick up this entire series, read it, pick it up twice like I did, and just, have a good time. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.